Hey guys, we'll go through a couple of my, or actually a few of my early day six cylinders that I've owned, and one of them here that you're looking at is an XY Ford Fairmont factory 250 2V six cylinder. It's top loader manual backed. Very sought after car in today's time. What you're looking at there is the high performance six cylinder 250 cubic inch, and what I mean by that is it runs the 2V performance head, which is it runs the aluminium intake manifold that's removable. It's still log style, so it's still got the exhaust and the intake all on one end, on one side, but the intake is aluminium and it's removable. It's not all cast iron and all cast together. You can see there runs a Holley 2-barrel carb. It's got those cool wing nuts there holding the valve cover down. And, this is a pretty powerful and torquey six-cylinder, to be honest. I remember this thing going quite well. It put a lot of V8s to shame, actually, when, street racing off a set of lights or something like that. Especially first and second gear, it just used to pull like a rocket ship, like a freight train. But then, obviously, if there was something more powerful up against you, it'll eventually overtake you. The torque sort of runs out on the upper end, but very torquey down low. Had a nice note, like a nice rumble to it. And yeah, it's a pretty rare car actually. This factory Vermilion Fire 71 model XY. A car like this today, the way it is there, that whole deal, that whole combination, you're probably looking at 70 grand. You know what I mean? It's a 70 grand car there. So it's like, 50 grand US. Yeah, so I'm kicking myself for getting rid of that one. I had this XY towards the end of when I was just about to take the Capri off the road for the major show supercharged rebuild. And I just couldn't be left without a car. I was too much into cars. I still needed a bit of a street machine, you know what I mean, on the weekends and things like that. So, and the plans was, if you watch the previous video I uploaded, I had a 2V headed Cleveland combination in the back corner. Now that 2V combo is not my bad boy one. That was another one. And I was getting it ready for this thing because I was thinking of doing a replica XYGT out of this thing. And, that never happened. Too much money at the time was going into the Capri, and I just thought, you know what, I got, at that time I had a bit too many toys to muck around with, so I just left this as a bit of a sleeper, you know what I mean? Just a bit of a classic cruiser, and I enjoyed it. I went on long distance cruises. I did the drive-ins, the cinema drive-ins with this thing. It was just a cool car, super reliable, and that powerful 252V six cylinder, 250 cubic inch, just hauled ass. Yeah, so I just thought I'll share that with you guys. You can see there, I ended up fitting up some globes to it. I put a Venetian blind. He had a full, GT / Fairmont trim. The GT dash, steering wheel and all that rare stuff now. But yeah, super cool car this was. I shouldn't have never gotten rid of this one. But what do? If only we knew and hung on to everything, we'll probably retire early if we only knew. And you can see there, GT steering wheel, GT dash, or GS, steering wheel dash. They're all very similar. Fairmont door trims, had the bucket seats. Yeah, it was cool. It's pretty badass, this car. Yeah, would have been cool to own still, a bit of a cleaver in there, replica GT. Would have been badass. Yeah, you can see the 2-barrel Holley there. There's the alloy intake manifold that's removable. For you guys that don't know, I'm not sure if the US ever got this 2V headed version, but yeah, pretty powerful. There's the boot, picnic style, blanket. And yeah, it's even had a rear mount battery. Yeah, pretty cool car. 6-cylinder top loader. And this here, guys, is my Cortina. I owned a couple of these, and they went like a rocket ship, these little things. They weighed in at around, 1,200 kilos. And I tell you, they hauled ass. And this is a log style 6-cylinder, 250 cubic inch, not a 2V version, just your normal version. And that was plenty, these things get up and go, I tell you. They'll give anything a run for their money. Used to, take on the late model V6, Commodore stuff, and they used to take on V8s and, all the Jap sports cars of the time, and this is going back 20 plus years ago as well, what you're looking at here. Yeah. Now, a lot of guys retrofitted these with aluminium headed crossflow 6-cylinders, and even that 2V high performance 6-cylinders in one of these. They retrofitted them into that, and yeah, they hauled ass. Like, something like that will run, into the 13s, just by fitting one of these high performance 2V headed 6-cylinders in one of these things. Yeah, it's pretty badass.